Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Rocks, where I cut through rocks and fossils I find on the western shore of Lake Michigan, see what spills out. So today we are going to do all granitoids. So I just want to show you guys all the different variations of granite, or granitoids that I find when out on my hunts on Lake Michigan. So this first one, I believe, is going to be some red granite in there. There's some green and stuff going on too, but pretty sure it's just a granitoid. So I'm going to zip that guy in half, see what's in there. Then this next one is a really pink and orange with some black all through there. So I think I'm going to go right down the middle of this one. This one's more of a white, maybe closer to a diorite. Diorite is the granitoid that is, predominantly white. And then gabbro is the one that's predominantly black in general. So this could be like a diorite or it could just be very quartzy. It's got some pyrite and stuff going on. So I think I'm just going to zip that one down the middle. Here's like probably a diorite, like I said, more white base, but this one's got kind of like a pink feldspar or like a feldspar on the bottom of it too. So I figured I'd zip through that, show you the cross pattern of that one. And this is a nice big piece of gabbro, very metallic-y shine on it. You'll see when I cut through it, there'll probably be some cool patterns. So this one I'll probably cut towards one end more so I could get slabs if it's a good one. And then the last one is kind of a mix between, a lighter colored granite and then like a gabbro on this side. And you can kind of see some of that flash already. So I think I'll probably try to go this way on this one, get that cross section in there. So they're all pretty small. So we're going to use the high-tech 6-inch trim saw, thin notched blade. So let's get set up and we'll get cutting. Alright, so she snapped apart on me right at the end there, right there. It just kind of broke halfway down the stone, but let's see if this is actually granite. Oh yeah, and it's got some nice red in there too. Pretty nice red. Yeah, I wish it didn't crack, but actually that side's the cool side anyways, I think. So you can kind of see the grains in there. You can see a little bit better here, like the edges of the grains where it broke off, which is telling me that it's a granitoid. So maybe some other stuff in there too though, maybe some epidote or something, maybe a little bit of jasper, but I think just a granitoid in general. Looks really cool though, that red and green staining in there probably, but that could be epidote or just something else. But all right, one for one. Let's get on to number 2. Okay, so through number 2, this one had a little bit of orange. So this one should look cool. You should be able to see the grains. There we go. So there you can tell all those big grains. That's probably just all staining in there. You can see a little flash on the black, so you have some sort of maybe pyroxene or, something else in there flashing away in the black. So that's a really cool contrast on that one actually. So I'll probably end up shining these up because that's cool with that red in there as long as it stays in there. And then that couple little flashy black spots on there, like leaning toward, more of what you'll see in the gabbro later. All right, 2 for 2. Let's get on to number 3. Okay, so this was that kind of chunky one that maybe had some little pyrite spots on it. I saw some little flashiness. Oh yeah, so pretty close, closer to a diorite, mainly white, big grains in there you can kind of see. A little bit of black, couple little spots, but I don't really see any of that flash. Like that was on the outside. It wasn't too much, but still a really cool contrasting one. All that white in there. There's just so many different variations you can get in these granitoids. It's kind of cool. All right, so I would say 3 for 3. Let's get on to the next one. All right, so through the predominantly white one, let's see how much black is in there. This one had some feldspar on the bottom too. So we'll see if that comes through. Oh yeah, I kind of did a half and half on it. So it's like really feldspar rich on the bottom, big crystals, and then much smaller grains on the top, some black and white. So that's a really cool half and half there. I'm glad I cut it that way, actually. I should be able to get some stuff out of this too, maybe some slabs, but all right, 4 for 4, onward. Alright, so this is that gabbro. So what I expect to see inside is a bunch of different metallic-y looking materials, all kind of with different shines on them. That's usually what they are. Yep, there you go. So you can probably tell a little bit in there. You can tell a couple different flashes. This one isn't real heavy in the metallic. You can tell it's a, you know, solid black base basically. And it's got kind of this green or little greenish color in there too, so that's not a bad one. I like to see the flash in there on a really good gabbro. I just couldn't find another piece that I could cut for you guys, but this one's still really cool with that really cool black and green contrast. So all right, on to the last one. Alright, so we are through that other half and half one, kind of gabbro on the bottom, regular like yellow orangish granitoid on the top. Let's see what's on the inside. Oh, that's really cool too. Got a bunch of orange dots inside the black. Some big old crystals, like a perfect square right there. That's cool. Actually, 2 perfect squares almost. So that's a really cool contrasting one too. So I'm glad I went that way. I wanted to get the thick part. So I could probably make a little stander out of this and then maybe get a slab or 2 off of that. And that should be a really cool granitoid. So yeah, so hopefully you can see all the different types of granitoids that you can find down there. I don't keep a lot of them, which is why I didn't have a really nice red one. And you know, there's a lot of different like levels of white, and gabbro generally looks the same. Sometimes it's a little more filled with crystals, like the last one, the one that I cut. Didn't really have a ton of crystals in it, but still a really good one. But there is a lot of different types, so I just wanted to show you guys that. So all right, if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.